Just pay attention. Remember that any such challenge that you might see as in the way of creating what it is you feel to create is actually an opportunity. And
Mm,
so do not for a moment feel victimized by that which you've chosen to experience on your path. Just notice it. Be so very present to it and notice what it is you
mm,
feel to do about this apparent roadblock. Maybe it isn't a roadblock. It sounds like for so many of you, a joining of forces is what it is that's needed. It doesn't have to look fancy. Much
mhm.
grows from the dirt. Doesn't always look very organized at the beginning. Perhaps some scattered seeds. We don't know which ones will sprout. As John is saying, begin now. Begin as you as you intuit to. And remember that each step facilitates the next. And life, shitata, as we've said before, life is like a staircase. So that forms as you take each step. And so
Mm,
it is by your stepping that you are creating your path. So begin.
right.
When you ask for your life to shift in the way that you wish it to upon a soul level, this also includes other changes that you might not anticipate. So we must be flexible. If we're not, then we can't expect things to change in all the ways we want them to, but everything else to stay exactly the same. We must flow with the all. And so, for example, um, I'm so greatly in love with somebody right now that I drew into my life partly because I wasn't being as specific, like Morcott was talking about chef's choice. I was asking for peace and for love because I had experienced so much that I realized this is all I care about. This is all, is that what more could anyone ask for rather more than
Mhm.
peace and love? So I'm learning to be in trust more, and I'm learning that my values are those. I want to feel a great sense of connection, just like some of the people who have been writing in the chat, creating community, these sorts of things. Let's just always check in with our hearts and see what it is we really want, because we can shortcut this process and not have to have some mansion that's going to burn down a few years later so we can learn we never needed it in the first place.
Yeah, this is, and this leads perfectly into the special offer, y'all. I'm going to take questions from the chat, and if y'all want to ask a personal question and come on live, you can raise your hand, and we'll get to some live questions as well. But Tamsin, what you're describing, it's the special offer. The offer is called Manifestation Made Easy, and it's this title is much more intelligent than the simplicity of its states. Because part of the manifestation of wanting the mansion or wanting the car or certain desires that are built on seduction rather than on soul callings. I would call that manifestation made complicated. I would say the law of attraction was a big inviter for those things, those manifestations made complicated. Did y'all
Mhm.
know that 70% of NFL players lose the millions that they made from their contracts within the first 5 years of retirement?
Oh my goodness.
That's
Wow.
manifestation made complicated.
Mhm.
Lottery winners, within a certain amount of years, they show that a big percentage of lottery winners lose their earnings within a shortly significant amount of time
Mm.
because the manifestation is created out of a seduction of a need that can't really be held on to because we still have to on a soul journey if we're here to have a relationship with fear and to transmute and alchemize it to something else, the money or the house or the partner that we happen to conjure in through these magical wizardy ways do not override our soul agreement with ourselves and what we're here to experience and what we're here to refine in the light of the truth of who we be. And so, y'all, what Tamsin and Morcott and the Lemurians are offering through the special course, Manifestation Made Easy, it's you were created to create. This is powerful what's coming through. And I feel that today, of all times, in the times that we're in right now, we actually have a capacity to understand the depth of the intelligence of this manifestation. So I hope that y'all click on the special offer link and follow along as Tamsin and Morcott or whoever's going to share what's going to be provided here. Click on the link that's in the chat box. There's a special offer button underneath the video where you're watching the call from. If you're watching on YouTube, the link for the special offer is in the comments section. Uh, Tamsin, take everybody, guide them through what they're going to be participating in when they dive in with you on these live calls.
Thank you. I might have Morcott do some of that diving in for me. Um, I'm so excited to experience
Mm.
this course with you guys because it's essentially an opportunity to look at ourselves more honestly and to align more greatly with what it is that we feel on a soul level. To remember that we are already all creating all of the time and to be more astutely observant of what it is that we're creating and why. And what you were referencing before is really interesting. Those statistics were quite surprising and at the same
Yeah.
time not. It's something that I've learned fairly recently as well. I was told by a very successful friend of mine, multi millionaire, who is very helpful as an angel investor with various startups. And he was saying that he's so greatly selective with who it is that he contributes to, partly because most people, if you give them $1 million, they'll lose it. And
Mm.
when he said this, it kind of almost rubbed me the wrong way because I thought, well, who is this very wealthy man making such a supposition? And then I started looking into it more, and I realized this is all by way of frequency. And it's also by way of belief in what is. And a shortcut is to create from a place of presence. If you're already feeling all that it is that you do, if you're already aware, you've written that list for yourself and you're checking it against how it is you feel in your heart, you're creating from a place of such presence and intention that it's almost impossible not to receive what it is that you're aligning to because you're truly aligning to it. And so it really is that simple. You're already doing it. We just have to shift things a bit to make sure that you're doing it in the way that feels right to you, because then you'll be creating what it is that you're inviting into being, rather than this slightly murky version, which a lot of people end up getting this kind of weird vanilla version of what it is they were asking for, where it can get mixed up because they were sort of present to it, sort of felt really guilty for receiving it and sort of didn't want to think about that because we were thinking about something else. So we've created a bit of that as well. What Morcott is helping us to do is to reattune with ourselves and with our greater self as the all, remembering our sovereign ability and right and gift to create. Because we've been taught that we're separate from God. We've been taught that we're separate from source, when in fact we are a cell of the all and we're already doing the thing. So we're essentially just refining our ability, because right now it's almost like most of us are sort of stumbling through the dark and wondering, why is all this happening to me, without realizing we are choosing all of this. So let us just choose from a higher level of consciousness and let us choose what feels best for ourselves and for all others, because we're far more likely to be able to bring that into being. Otherwise, you might be able to create precisely what it is you envisage that's just for yourself. But if it
Mm.
doesn't feel truly resonant, if it feels a bit icky and a little bit selfish, shake in it. Not to say you can't have luxury, you absolutely can. We all deserve to be in beauty and harmony. But if it doesn't feel quite right, and you know on some level that it's selfish, remember that there's nothing that we can do without our greater self also being in accordance and being in recognition, being in observation of this. So we can't, like a lot of people want to do things that don't feel right just for a while until I've got to a certain level, and then I'm going to start being the
Yeah.
person I want to be. Morcott's helping us to realize that if this is how you behave, kind of like John so brilliantly and vulnerably talked a little bit about taking some strategy rather than some heartfelt steps in his career.
Mm.
We know how integral he is. He's here to create community, and that happened to serve him too. And that's such a beautiful story.
Mm.
But it's really helpful to look at life and say, oh, okay. I thought this might help me to create community, but it was coming from a place of logic. This totally came from my head. I perhaps read that this might work, so I thought I'd give it a shot. It's interesting and it's also really exciting and so liberating to remember that if you follow what's in your heart, you are the gold. So by doing precisely as you feel on a soul level, you are essentially shining your light, the gold that you are. And gold cannot help but come back to you in reflection because
Mm,
that's just how energy works. So when you're being absolutely authentic and shining your colors, your gift, it's like Morcott says, the gift you are given is your gift to the all. And when you're giving that gift to the all, you're gifted back, whatever it is that you feel you need. So just be present to what that is. And the Lumerians can help us to just gently reattune to that.
mm. So, y'all, the special offer, it's 6 live calls beginning August 8th, continuing weekly, with a little break in September. But 6 live calls, y'all, in this transmission and more, just purely for you. And again, manifestation made manifestation made easy, y'all. It's like but easy in the way that we can hold it, we can feel it, we can it's something that's not created out of illusion, it's created in truth. And that's something that you can hold with all your being. This is amazing, y'all. Again, it's I'm going to say it again, 6 live calls for $111, y'all. With 2 payments on this, I can guarantee you that pretty soon we're not going to be able to access Tamsin in such a generous way because her attention is going to continue to grow and be drawn out, and she's going to need to be in the abundance of her energy and filling her cup more as she's serving more people. So it's I think the opportunity is fantastic. I think that we're ready for this manifestation alignment in ways that we haven't been before because of what we understand about ourselves and everything that we've been growing through over the last few years. And it's just time. I hope you all take advantage of this. This is epic to have this as a special offer on BTO. All the sessions are on a Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. There'll be 60 to 90-minute calls. They'll be on Zoom. I'm sure they'll be recorded for people who can't show up live.
Absolutely.
Um, and will people be able to ask live questions on the call also?
Yeah, absolutely. That we're going to have a significant portion be Q&A so that we can help it to be um as relatable and accessible to
Mhm.
all as possible to all people who are joining. Because we've found, I'm speaking as Tamsin, but working with Morcott, we found that it's so helpful for others when one person asks a question, so many others can often relate.
Sure.
So questions that are very much relevant to what it is that we're sharing are an integral part of this course. And we've made it so greatly accessible and chosen to host it on a Saturday.
Mm,
Um, so we can really engage with as many people as possible. I'm very fortunate to be extremely booked up. So that's it's great that it's on a Saturday, but I've chosen to take time out of my week that I would typically save to spend by myself because I do love to spend time with myself because I know that I'm never alone and I attune with nature and my guides and I just love to be quiet and alone. That I'm going to be dedicating these 6 Saturdays to working with as many people as possible, which is why we put it at the lowest price point that felt possible, just so that we can assist as many people as possible. Because at this period, like we were talking about earlier, and we've talked about before, John, that it's not really comfortable to stay in your comfort zone anymore.
no.
Now is
Mm,
the time to make these shifts. It's a new moon today, new moon in Cancer, for those who
mm,
are listening live. And it's such an extreme time of transformation. And as Morcott's talked about before, we can truly harness that frequency of change. And it can feel a bit like we're sometimes it can feel like you're a piece of driftwood when things are changing this much, when frequencies are shifting as much as they are right now. It's very easy to feel like you're just a piece of driftwood getting thrown around by the tides. But we can instead harness these frequencies for what it is we wish to change. in our lives and what we wish to invite into our lives, and how we wish to create on a grand scale as well. Um, and I have to say, I don't know of any more potent time to make such a choice. So we wanted to create a long course. Six sessions is quite a substantial amount of time, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just enough time to really, really integrate what it is that you're learning and also be joined with other people and have that sense of community where we can learn and listen to one another and experience through them and as a joined force bring into being what it is that we envisage. It's a really exciting thing I'm excited to be a part of it myself. And the Lumerians remind us how very powerful we are, that we're not separate from source.
Mm.
And that this is our sovereign gift. It's not some cheeky ask that we have while we're doing these quests that we came here to do. This is how we exist here. How do we feel to exist? How do you want to walk through the world? What do you need to do that? So few of us even really ask ourselves what we need. So
Yeah.
we're helping. The guides want to speak briefly. They're saying we truly look forward to joining with all who wish to learn together about how to refine what it is that you're already doing. This isn't some mysterious nor external gift. You have a tool in your hands, and we're simply helping you to notice that it's there and to show you how to use it. We look forward to joining all who feel to join.
Mm.
They said we're also I'm speaking an explanation now. They said we're also going to be implementing or including frequency tunings to assist people with finding vibrational comfortability with the steps that they're taking. Because sometimes people take steps back in fear or due to unfamiliarity. So as a group, we can move through what that feels like and come out on the other side. And through those doors, we see the gold, we see the light. You can truly create whatever it is you feel to in your heart. So perhaps for those who feel to join, take time between now and the beginning date and truly meditate on this. During our first session, we can discuss some of what it is that's come up in meditation for you. Spend an hour focusing only on the colored gold and see what transforms and what arises for you. For essentially all is gold. And you alchemists can create what you wish with it. This is truly such a great time of empowerment, disguised as chaos. All is transforming, and you can do whatever it is you feel. You've been taught that you're not this powerful, but indeed you are. You are empowered by all that you are present to. So we're simply going to remind you how to return to such a place of presence and how to recognize what it is that you're feeling. It's very exciting, and we're looking forward to collaborating with you all.
Can y'all feel that? Can y'all feel the presence and what's coming through, right? So epic. I'm so excited for this, y'all. Again, the 6 courses plus Tamsin and her team threw in a bonus for us on top of it. Alrighty, so what happens in the Substack, Tamsin? Because you've included 90 days access to that in the offer.
So much. I'm just coming back because Morcott was talking to me. I'm like,
Okay.
I'm a little dazed when I've been speaking, or my body is speaking as Morcott.
Hmm.
Um, what is in the Substack? There's so much going on in the Substack. I hadn't heard of Substack till about a year and a half ago, and the wonderful Annalisa introduced me to this, and now everything is so accessible. We have tons of free videos on there. For paid level subscribers, there's the entire library or catalog of what it is that Morcott has already spoken through transmission. So all of our full-length transmissions from our monthly transmission we do, all of our YouTube videos with lots of either written transmissions or explanations on what's being shared. Um, there's also different discounts you can get on there. It's like our online community is all shared through Substack.
Amazing. So y'all will get access for 90 days for the paid subscription level of that as part of the special offer as well, y'all. So again, y'all click on the special offer. It's
It actually means you get 3 months access to my private broadcast. So in a sense, you're getting 9 sessions because with 3 months access to Substack, you automatically
okay.
gain access to the live broadcasts for my
Wow.
monthly. So
Wow.
in addition to the 6 classes.
I can feel the transmission and the alignment that's happening on this call. It's you just hold such a stable place for that energy for us to hold and to remember and to take authority and
Yeah,
that which is running through us. So thank you for the way that you hold that. And I know that's going to come across on these calls even more. So y'all
I
get
love
the
the
link for the
word
special offer.
responsibility.
What'd you say?
I'm sorry for interrupting. I love the way you use the word responsibility as well, to take responsibility as well as authority. We are
Mhm.
responsible. We're co-creating all that is. And
Mhm.
I am so excited, you guys. You know, when you hear people say stuff online, they're like, I'm so excited to share this thing. And it just doesn't feel authentic at all. That's kind of like what Morcott was talking about earlier when, if you're not speaking from the heart, you're not creating from the heart. And that's not good for you or anyone. I
Right.
am so genuinely excited because we get to co-create together, which is what we're already doing, but now we're doing so consciously.
Mhm.
And we're all stepping into essentially into higher consciousness, every single one of us. And so this just feels like a great opportunity to be and to embody the conscious creators that we are.